Practice to answer many questions in U.S. citizenship interview. P3. Good morning. I am Officer Aaron, and I will conduct your interview today. Please follow me. Please come in and remain standing. I need you to take the oath. Could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so helps you God? Great. Please have a seat. Can you please hand me your permanent resident card and your ID, please? Do you have any questions before I begin your interview? Sure, and please bring up the changes when we get to that section. First, we will move to the civics test portion and the English reading and writing test.
Then, we will review your application form to make sure all the information is correct. If everything goes well, we will be done in about 20 to 30 minutes. Have you been waiting a long time to talk to me? Do you understand why you are here today? Tell me why you want to be an American citizen. Great. When did you become a lawful permanent resident? And where did you apply for permanent residency? Okay. Have you been feeling anxious about this interview? Good. Now, let's do the civics test portion. Are you ready? Now I will ask you 10 questions from the list of 100 civics questions, and you should get 6 answers correct to pass the civics test portion. You can just provide one answer.
First question. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? Correct. Name one right only for United States citizens. Great. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? Good. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Correct. Who is the commander-in-chief of the military? That's right. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? Excellent. You got 6 answers correct, so you passed the civics test portion. Now, let's move to the English reading and writing test. First, please read the sentence on the tablet in front of you. Good. Now, I'm going to read you a sentence, and I need you to write it down on the tablet for me. By using the stylus pen or your finger. Independence Day is in July. Independence Day is in July. Great. You passed the English reading and writing test too. Now, I will review your application. Do you have a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment that prevents you from demonstrating your knowledge and understanding of the English language or civics requirements for naturalization? Please tell me your full name. What is your first name? And what is your last name? You don't have a middle name, correct? Have you used any other name besides your current legal name? Do you want to legally change your name? Can you confirm your day of birth, please? Where were you born? Are you still a Mexico citizen? Do you have another country of nationality? All right. Are you Hispanic or Latino? Okay. What is your phone number? Do you want the Social Security Administration to issue you an original or replacement Social Security card and update your immigration status with the SSA if and when you are naturalized? What are the last 4 digits of your Social Security number? Do you have an email address? What is your email address? All right. What is your current address? When did you live this address? Is your current mailing address the same as your home address? Have you lived in any other addresses in the past 5 years? All right. Was one of your parents, including adoptive parents, a U.S. citizen before your 18th birthday? Okay. What is your current marital status? How many times have you been married? If you are currently married, is your spouse a current member of the U.S. Armed Forces? What is your spouse's immigration status? Your current spouse become a U.S. citizen through naturalization, correct? What date did your current spouse become a U.S. citizen? What is your current spouse's first name? What is your current spouse's last name? What is your country your spouse from? Do you have your marriage certificate with you? Can I see it? Is your current spouse's present physical address the same as your physical address? All right. Do you have any children with her? Does she live with you? Is she a U.S. citizen? Can I have her birth certificate? Thank you. Are your children biological to you? Do you have any stepchildren or adopted children? Good. What is your height, and how much do you weigh? All right. Are you currently employed? What is your occupation? How long have you been working for them? Please tell me your employer's address. All right. Any trips outside of the U.S. for the past 5 years? Did any of your trips last 6 months or longer? When was your last trip? What was the purpose of your trip? When did you return to the U.S. on your last trip? Okay, let's move on to the next part. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way? Have you ever registered to vote or voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Do you currently owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes in the United States? What does owe taxes mean? Since you became a lawful permanent resident, have you called yourself a non-resident alien on a federal, state, or local tax return, or decided not to file a tax return because you considered yourself to be a non-resident? Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with any communist or totalitarian party anywhere in the world? Have you ever advocated any opposition to all organized government? Have you ever associated with any group anywhere in the world that advocated any of the establishment in the United States of a totalitarian dictatorship? Have you ever advocated any of the overthrow by force or violence or other unconstitutional means of the government of the United States or all forms of law? Do you understand what unconstitutional means are? Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any sabotage? Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, or have you ever provided money, a thing of value, services, or labor, or any other assistance or support to a group that used a weapon or explosive with intent to harm another person or cause damage to property? Engaged, participated in kidnapping, assassination, or hijacking or sabotage of an airplane, ship, vehicle, or other mode of transportation. What is assassination? Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in torture? Have you ever participated in killing or trying to kill any person? Have you ever participated in any kind of sexual contact or activity with any person who did not consent, did not agree, or was unable to consent, could not agree, or was being forced or threatened by you or by someone else? Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in not letting someone practice their religion? What is religion? Have you ever participated in causing harm or suffering to any person because of their race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Were you ever a part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person, or threatened to do so? Have you ever served in, been a member of, assisted, helped, or participated in any military or police unit? What is a military unit? Have you ever served in, been a member of, assisted, helped, or participated in any armed group, for example, paramilitary unit, self-defense unit, vigilante unit, rebel group, or guerrilla group? Have you ever worked, volunteered, or otherwise served in a place where people were detained, for example, a prison, jail, prison camp, detention facility, or labor camp? Or have you ever directed or participated in any other activity that involved detaining people? What is a detention facility? Have you ever sold, provided, or transported weapons, or assisted any person in selling, providing, or transporting weapons which you knew or believed would be used against another person? Have you ever received any weapons training, paramilitary training, or other military-type training? Have you ever participated in combat or providing services related to combat, such as serving as a messenger or transporting supplies? Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States, or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States? What does lie mean? Have you ever committed, agreed to commit, asked someone else to commit, helped commit, or tried to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Have you ever been arrested, cited, detained, or confined by any law enforcement officer, military official in the U.S. or elsewhere, or immigration official for any reason, or been charged with a crime or offense? Have you ever engaged in prostitution, attempted to procure or import prostitutes or persons for the purpose of prostitution, or received any proceeds or money from prostitution? What does smuggle mean? Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? Have you ever helped anyone to enter, or try to enter, the United States illegally? Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? What is misleading? Have you ever been placed in removal, rescission, or deportation proceedings? Have you ever been removed or deported from the United States? Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? Do you now have, or did you ever have, a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country? Do you support the Constitution and formal governments of the United States? Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Are you unable to take the oath of allegiance because of a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment? Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? What does bear arms mean? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Do you promise that you said anything in this interview are true? Good. Congratulations. You passed U.S. citizenship the interview. Now, look at the application on the tablet and make sure everything is correct. Then sign and date at the bottom. Great. Now please review the oath of allegiance and sign at the bottom. If you have any questions, please let me know. Good. And here is a copy of your test result. We will send you a schedule for the oath ceremony. You should receive a letter from USCIS within 2 to 4 weeks. Do you have any questions at this point? You're welcome. Congratulations again. I will walk you back to the waiting area.